Kirby. You know him, you love him. Kirby's copy abilities, you know most of them. You love some, you hate some. Today, I'm gonna be ranking every single Kirby copy ability that I can fight. Don't worry, most of the Kirby's 64 copy abilities are not in this. There's gonna be 63 total copy abilities, so let's get started. Starting us off with the tier list is the F tier. The F tier are basically copy abilities which I would never want to use. I've used them once but don't want to use them twice. And they're either utter garbage or just not fun to use. Starting off with the worst Kirby ability, in my opinion, is Mini Kirby. Now, Mini Kirby is alright and it, has some utility in that small amount of puzzles that you have to solve, but literally for anything else, Mini is useless. It takes away your ability to sidekick, float, and swallow, and the B button is useless. So what's the point of this? Next up, in the 61st spot, we got Metal Kirby. Metal Kirby is invulnerable to all harm, yet it's utterly useless because it's extremely slow. It makes walking through levels a absolute slug, and it really makes the game unfun in my opinion. After Metal Kirby, we got number 60, which is Missile Kirby. Now, Missile is a total biased opinion, since I just don't know how to control the flights. It's a biased opinion. I just can't fly it right. If somebody else, if I was not being biased, it would be higher on the list, but since I'm being biased, it's not higher on the list. And also, this is my tier list, my opinions, so screw it anyway. Next up, we got Light Kirby. Once again, it's almost completely useless. Only in Kirby's Adventure and Nightmare in Dreamland, it is used for lighting up certain parts of the dark parts. It's just light switch. And then number 58, we got Copy. Do I need to say more? Kirby's main power is to copy and swallow other freaking enemies. What's the point of having an ability called Copy? If I was making a helper tier list, Copy is pretty damn good because it makes the second player basically play as Kirby. But for Kirby himself, it's useless. Number 57, we got Ghost Kirby. It allows you to mind control things, but the things is that the enemies in Kirby do not really attack. They kind of just walk over to you and crash into you. But the enemies that do attack either give a copy ability or their attack is just running or running fast. I don't know. They're just it's a cool concept, but would not be used. It's not really beneficial in a game like Kirby. Then in the 56th spot, we got Sleep. Sleep just sleeps, and in some games it heals you. That's it. The animation is cute, so it's higher than the other ones. It's another bias. Next up, we got Paint. On 55, in the 55th position, we got Paint Kirby. And it's only used in Superstar and Superstar Ultra. I don't even think it's used that much in Superstar Ultra. But the fact is just painting enemies. It does not really have a huge use. It sucks. So that was the F tier. Next up, we got D tier. And in the D tier, we got the 54th position, Ball Kirby. Now, Ball is another biased opinion because it's strong and very fast and actually really useful. Again, it's biased because I just don't know how to use it. D tier. That's just why it's in the D tier. Ignore that. That was a notification. Anyway, 53rd we got Bubble Kirby, which is from Squeak Squad. Squeak Squad just sucks, and most of the abilities are not really ranked that high. And Bubble Kirby is terrible. It just you stockpile better abilities and that's it. But most of those bubbles are gonna get thrown out since you need a lot of space for Squeak Squad. And yeah, next up, in the 52nd position, we got Throw Kirby. Throw Kirby is simple. You just throw enemies. But like other abilities have movesets and then also include a throw kind of move in there as well. So it's really outshadowed by literally everything. Next, in the 51st position, we got Wing Kirby. And Wing Kirby is really good in terms of mobility, but it's weak as hell, and once again, it's a bias problem. I just don't like it. It just looks like a Native American. I don't like it. Anyway, next up in the 50th position, we got Beam Kirby, another bias. I think Beam is just too slow and does not really do a whole bunch of damage. It's just another bias problem. Alright, a lot of these are bias problems. Anyway, 49th is Cupid Kirby. It has basically one attack, and the other one is just shooting 3 of one attack. Cupid sucks, what can I say about it? Archer is like a way better one, and spoilers, Archer is an S tier, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, next up, 48th position, Plasma. Plasma Kirby is just very lackluster. The only use for it was in Superstar, when the block mechanic was used to charge the plasma. But it's not really fun in my opinion. I don't really like it. Now, D tier was a place for, copy abilities, which are fine. They can be used, but I don't really, even if I get to use them, I don't usually use them unless I have a challenge or something. Next up, we got the C tier. The C tier is for abilities that are good, usable, sometimes useful, but I don't really go out of my way to use any of them, and I probably wouldn't ditch any other better abilities I have to use them. So starting off C tier is the 47th, ESP. Now, people are gonna hate this one, but hear me out, ESP just sucks. It's a lackluster moveset. There's barely anything in there. It's just one attack and then some. And I know it's cool that it's a NES reference and all that. And there's like attacks that go from PK, like PK Wade and all that. But still, it's just not my cup of tea, I guess. And next up, in the 46th position, we got Bell Kirby. Bias again. It just, out of the twin ticker attack and the one bell smash or something, whatever it was, it's not really useful. And I didn't really get time to use it as much as the other ones. I didn't really play the 3DS games as much as I did the other games. And Forgotten Land and Return to Dreamland Deluxe, I didn't get a whole lot of time to use them either. But still, they've grown on me, so it's not really a fact that just because I played the games less that they don't get a chance to grow on me. Next up, we got Festival. It's a bias, making it high because it's just a cute dance. And 44th, we got Dr. Kirby. Dr. Kirby, in my opinion, is overrated for what it actually does. In a lot of tier lists, it's just very much overrated. But it's their opinion, so it's fine. But in my opinion, Dr. Kirby sucks. It's not very, it's wrong, but I don't really like using it. And then we got, in 43rd position, we got the Artist Kirby. I really think this one is sad. I like it, and it could have grown on me. But, it's, the only thing that's funny about it is the fat Kirby part, for Kirby attack, and nothing else is really good. Then, 42nd place, we got Circus Kirby. And it's just Kirby's funny in this one. And he just juggles and does all the random circus acts to attack, and they just don't connect into each other, and they really fuck me up sometimes. It sucks that, really, I hate it. And then we got Cleaning Kirby, who would have sat in the F tier if we didn't get it in Star Wars again, but still, it's a bias problem. I didn't let it grow on me either because I didn't really want to use it. It's just not that fun to use, actually. And then we got in the 40th position, Cook. Cook is a solid one-time usability. But the problem with Cook is that it's like any other ability. But in my opinion, Cook should have been like a 3-time use like Mike. But Mike is so much better than Cook. And so is Crash and some other staple one-time usabilities. Mike is not a one-time usability, but still. Cook should have been able to. You should have been able to use Cook 3 times. It would have been really cool. And then at the end, at the top of C tier is Magic Kirby. Now Magic Kirby would have been in like D or F if he just if it didn't return in Squeak Squad, but it did. And they gave it a moveset, and it was actually pretty fun. But in terms of gameplay, it has utility. But I know it was fun, but once again, the moveset isn't connected, and it fucked me up a lot of times, especially against bosses and all that. But it feels weird, alright? And that wraps up C tier. Now, let's start us off in the B tier. The B tier is a tier where it contains very good copy abilities that I use once or twice for every playthrough of any Kirby game. Starting us off in the 38th position is Cutter Kirby. Now, Cutter is a good ability, very good in fact. It's a godsend in games like Kirby Adventure, because the abilities are all limited. And I know it's mostly projectile based and barely has any melee attacks, but the melee attacks it does have are pretty damn good. Like the Cutter's Final Cutter, I'm pretty sure whatever that is, it's really good. Now, even in Kirby Superstar and other games where there are lots of copy abilities, in that game Cutter has a full moveset, and in that moveset, I still use Cutter. It's amazing. It's a good ability. Not like my always go-to, I just use it sometimes. Next up in the 37th position, we got Crash Kirby. Now Crash is the second best one-time usability in my opinion. I'm pretty sure, because Mike is better than Crash because you can use Mike 3 times, and it's a lot funnier and more useful in my opinion. So yeah, Crash Kirby is Crash Kirby. And number 36th, we got Bomb Kirby. Now Bomb is like Cutter, but it has 0 melee prowess, but it just feels more powerful in my opinion. I think the bombs are more powerful. And Bomb Drop is just a really funny move, because you just drop a bomb on their head and they just have to run around with it until it blows up. And the fact that Kirby can blow himself up with the bombs is just peak comedy. And then number 35, we got Ninja Kirby, which it's just Ninja Kirby. It's cool. He's got katanas and kunai and the drop attack and stuff. I don't know what to say. It's Ninja Kirby. It's cool. And number 34th, we got Water Kirby. Now, water is something that took way longer than I expected to appear in a Kirby game. But it's a freaking good ability. It's amazing. It's got that rainbow attack. All those attacks are really nice. Number 33rd, we got High Jump. Biased placement, because I just think Kirby looks so damn cute in that costume of High Jump. But still, it's good. Shredding through bosses and running through levels is so fun. The mobility options are just insane with High Jump. And then number 32nd, we got Wheel Kirby. Now, Wheel Kirby is Cool Kirby, but it would have been higher on the list if I wasn't a biased idiot. Now, I don't really know how to use Wheel Kirby either. Against bosses and mini-bosses, it's very tricky to use Wheel. But, as terms of just running through levels, yeah, once again, the mobility options are insane. Number 31st, we got the new ability, Sand Kirby, from Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. It's also an amazing ability. It's like a discount copy of Leaf. And it's good. It's not a discount copy, it's a copy, that's it. And it's a different version of Leaf, I'd like to say. Because number 30th, we got Leaf. Now, Leaf, in my opinion, stands out to me. I've grown on Leaf. I've used it in Kirby Return to Dreamland Original. And I just used it so many times, I feel like it's a biased opinion that Leaf is better than Sand. And then number 29th, we got Jet Kirby. Take a look at that Kirby and tell me that isn't the coolest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, now do you see why I put it at B tier? Yeah, that's right. Jet Kirby is cool. It's up in the 28th position, still in B tier, we got Drill Kirby. Now, Drill Kirby is a puzzle-solving cool ability, and it's a biased placement in B tier. And the 27th position is also a biased position since it's Animal Kirby. It's the cutest Kirby that ever looked. Look at that boy. Anyway, it's functionally the same as Drill. And then number 26, we got Ranger Kirby. Who decided to give Kirby a gun? He was dangerous enough with swords and hammers. Now a gun, whatever. Even with an umbrella, he was dangerous. Whatever. Ranger Kirby is a puzzle-solving ability that also has combat prowess, so it's higher than Animal and Drill. But still, Animal's the cutest. Number 25th, we got Mecha Kirby. Now, Mecha Kirby is really good, but I got an unpopular opinion. Two, actually. First, Mecha Kirby's design is just way over the place. Like, there's too much going on with the whole thing. And then the second opinion, it should have had more melee ability, like moves, instead of projectile-based fully. Now, I don't really have a problem. It's a good ability, but still. Number 24th, we got Poison Kirby. He wears a snake crown. Who does not like that? And it's cooler than water, because, like, the residual damage, man. It's so fun. And then number 23rd, we got Whip Kirby. Another biased placement, since Whip Kirby just looks like a Midwestern Kirby. He's cool. He's cool with that whip. Slapping enemies. Anyway, number 22nd, we got Suplex Kirby. And Suplex is another biased placement. It's too high and too low, in my opinion. I don't know how that works. Now, Suplex Kirby, I don't really know how to use it, otherwise it would have been higher. But it would have been lower if it wasn't so brutal. Suplex Kirby is just Kirby just throwing around enemies like he's in the WWE or something. It's so cool. Next up in the 21st position, we got Staff Kirby, based on some guy. I don't want to mention it because that would be stealing a joke. Sorry, Silvery. Anyway, Staff Kirby is so cool. It's like a staff. Kirby hitting people with staffs. Yeah, you can imagine that. It's cool. Anyway, number 20th, we got Spark Kirby. Now, Spark was made to be the ultimate fusion between Plasma and Spark, but still, Plasma returned. Spark is still the better one, but in my opinion, it's not the best because you still have to charge it in order to get powerful attacks. Next, on the top of B tier in the 19th position, we got Spider Kirby. Now, Spider is not really useful as though it's so fun and brutal. You can just turn enemies into webs and then just kick those enemies and go springboarding after the enemies. It's cool. It's cool. Alright, it's cool. Now that's B tier. Next up, we got A tier. Now, A tier abilities that are amazing, and most of the time they're my go-to. Unless the S tier abilities are available, then I take them. But anyway, in the number 18th position, we got Laser Kirby. Now, you might be like that I placed the laser way too high, but it's just nostalgic every time. Using it in Kirby's Adventure all the way up to Squeak Squad, and then they frickin' removed it. Like, come on, bring Laser Kirby back. It's cool. Like, they got the ability to charge, fire charge shot in Squeak Squad. I thought they were gonna make a modern moveset. They just forgot about it. Come on, it's a cool ability, bring it back. Anyway, Laser is just a cool, fun, puzzle-solving ability that has some combat prowess. And another thing about it that I really like is Kirby acting like a mad scientist with those goggles. Please bring Laser back. Anyway, number 17th, we got Fire Kirby. Now, Fire is one of the most well-known Kirby OP abilities in the whole franchise, and it also appeared in every single game, a mainline Kirby game. And it's really amazing, always. It's got that fire and then the fireball dash. Even when it had only one that fire breathing attack back in Kirby's Adventure, it was still good. It was still amazing. They fused it with burning and it made it really good, yeah. And then we got number 16th place, we got Spear Kirby. Spear is like staff, but with a pointy end. And it's got the spear copter. It's a bias placement. Number 15th, we got Fighter Kirby. I really just think it's one of the more brutal abilities, kind of like Suplex, where it's just so cool. And he's got that Hadouken attack. Amazing. And then in the number 14th spot, we got Stone Kirby. Now, Stone is a really good ability, but I don't really like it because it takes way too long. And my dumb brain cannot handle this type of attention. It just loses it. And then, but it does a lot of damage. And you're invulnerable when you're Stone, so it's still good. And then number 13, we got Mirror Kirby. Now, Mirror Kirby is just amazing. It was amazing back in Superstar as well, but they brought it back in Robobot, and I feel like they should continue bringing it in the next Kirby games, whatever it is, because it's an amazing copy ability, alright? It's amazing. Next up in the 12th position, we got Yo-Yo Kirby. Now, Yo-Yo Kirby is a biased position since Yo-Yo is just cool looking. He's got a backwards hat. He can walk the dog. Yeah, that's A tier. But even if we just take it from Superstar, it still would be B tier, because I'm biased. Anyway, in the number 11th spot, we got Beetle Kirby. Beetle would have been higher if I just liked it. It's good, but I don't really like it. But it's still fun to use. It's like Suplex, Wing, and Sword all together. Sword, wait, what? Sword hasn't appeared yet. Huh. Anyway, in number 10th position, we got Needle Kirby. Now, Needle was always one of my favorite. It was one of my go-to abilities in Kirby's Adventure and Nightmare in Dreamland, because you just wait until the enemy attacks you, and it was really fun. Now you can shoot the needles out. You can even do a needle roll dash attack that was removed in Triple Deluxe and brought back in Forgotten Land. But it's still amazing. Needle's a really good ability. Number 9th position, we got Parasol Kirby. The umbrella is actually good. The defensive prowess is just so good in this ability. And the actual fun you get by using the umbrella to beat up enemies, top tier. And then we got number 8, Tornado Kirby. It would have been higher because it's actually broken, but I just don't really know how to use it like the others. But it's still fun to use because you just go wee all over the level. And then we got number 7th, we got Mike Kirby. Now this is the best super powerful one-time use ability. Well, you can use it 3 times, but still, it makes the funniest faces ever. Another biased placement. Haha. Now that's a right, top 6 time. Yeah, I know it's weird, top 6. But it's S tier. The best of the best, baby. So S tier is the abilities that I always use. And I will never ditch them unless the game forcibly makes me. That's right. Anyway, in the number 6th position, we got Archer Kirby. Now, Archer Kirby is like Parasol. It has defensive and offensive utilities, and it's a really fun ability. But what Parasol does not have, Archer has. And that's ranged attacks. Now, this is how Kirby wielding a bow could be fun and really cool and useful. Oh yeah, I'm looking at you, Cupid Kirby. Anyway, number 5th, we got Ice Kirby. Now, Freeze was always one of my favorite abilities in Kirby Adventure and Nightmare in Dreamland. And now that it's fused with Ice, I'm gonna have to use Ice to use Freeze. And also the thing that Kirby just swallows enemies and spit them out as an ice cube is just really funny. Bias. Anyway, number 4th, we got UFO Kirby. UFO is a really strong and amazing ability. but it's really rare. So if it was more accessible, it would be like number 2 or number 1 in my opinion. It's that good. It's so fun. And then number 3, we got Sword Kirby. Why is Sword better than Beetle and everything else on the list? Cause it's Link. Kirby dressed as Link. Come on, it's so cool and cute. It's like Anya wearing sunglasses. Anyway, the Kirby sword is just, it's so amazing. It's one of my go-to abilities to always shred through bosses. And come on, it's so fun to use sword. I love it. It's biased, alright? It's biased. And number 2, we got Smash Bros. Kirby. Now, Smash Bros. Kirby is using hammer, stone, and cutter at the same time, I guess. And it's really freaking good. Now, Smash Bros. Is like UFO. It's really rare, but when you get it, it's a treat, and you can easily shred through anything in your path. And because it's rare, it's number 2. And ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. For the number 1 position, my favorite Kirby ability, and in my opinion, the best Kirby ability, is Hammer Kirby. Now, Hammer Kirby is just... where can I start? It's so freaking fun to use this thing. There's nothing that's as good as just pounding enemies with a giant goofy hammer. And then over that you got the hammer flip, which shreds through bosses so incredibly quickly. And the hammer flip was given to Hammer all the way back as Superstar. Now that is why Hammer is my favorite ability. It's really fun, really strong, very much accessible. It's available in every single mainstream Kirby game, and it has always been the best. If there is no other ability available, if Hammer's available, I don't need any other ability. Hammer and Sword, they're all that I need. Because UFO and Smash Bros. Are not really that available. So yeah, that was my tier list. Hope you enjoyed the video. This took a long time to make. It's a long video. I usually make shorter ones, but hey, here we are. Thanks for watching it all the way to the end. Maybe like and subscribe. Wink, wink. Alright, that's it. Bye. See you later.